Do you know any people who live in America that could be Wakandan?
No.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Is Wakanda a real place?
Yes.
Okay.
You are listening to the Project F.E.E.D Youth Journalist Club at Richard Green Central Park.
The leaders have been assassinated. Communities flooded with drugs and weapons. They are overly policed and incarcerated. All over the planet, our people suffer because they don't have the tools to fight back. With vibranium weapons, they could overthrow every country and Wakanda could rule them all the right way. We knew your father would not support this.
We are live on location at Richard Green Central Gym. We are definitely in effect, and we are at the youth journalist group here. We transferred the energy from boys group. We're still focusing on boy and male energy, but we're actually kind of developing a strong journalism club here. And we do have the young ladies that are developing their own content. And from time to time, we're actually going to integrate the two together. But for the purposes of consistency, we're going to keep the young men together and the young ladies together. Okay. So now we are back with the Black Panther review from these young people. And that first part was excellent. First of all, let me say all of you guys are definitely smart young men. You definitely look at the issues, and I congratulate you for being scholars. I can understand that your future is definitely bright because you guys are definitely bright. So you keep shining, you guys. So let's get into this. The middle part of the movie. So we had an introduction of the Black Panther. The Black Panther's father was killed, and we get to the middle of the movie where there's a character that arrives, and his name, I believe, is what? He's Killmonger. Eric Killmonger. Let's talk about this character right here. And, let's talk about this character because there was a lot of attention paid to this character. He was introduced as I feel, well, no, I want to get into my feelings. I want to get your feelings. So talk about, Eric Killmonger, right? What was he to you? How did you feel about his character? Was he good? Was he bad? And what role did he play in the middle part of the movie?
In the middle part of the movie, he was like a criminal because he robbed the British Museum, and he stole some special artifact from Wakanda, and the lady, she was drinking a coffee. Well, the reason why she fell because the lady from the cafe shop in the museum put a poison, and they made a plan. So the guy, he was like, "Have you ever looked at what you drink?" And then she fainted, and the ambulance came, but then they were actually not real ambulance. They were criminals. They shot down the security, and they put a person in there, the fake person, like, to act. They took the artifact, and then that guy, he found Claw. He killed Claw.
Do you feel that he represented a good guy to you or a bad guy? Quickly answer, and then I'm gonna go to the next person.
He was a bad person the whole movie. He was like a criminal.
Okay, interesting. Now I'm gonna work my way around to you. I'm gonna kind of come around like this. Okay, is that cool, y'all? If I go like this, okay. So, Montreal, this brother right here. Now, what were your thoughts when this character was introduced? You said that when they left people in Oakland behind, you had a certain feeling about that. That was the introduction of this character when he was a young man your age, basically, you guys' age. And then toward the middle of the movie, he's grown up. He presents himself. And what is his character to you, and why?
Really, to me, I think he was both good and bad because he wanted revenge because Black Panther's dad killed his dad and they just left him behind. But Black Panther felt sad for Killmonger, and then he was mad at everyone because they let Black Panther do this and they just left him to die, and they knew they could heal Black Panther's dad's brother, but they chose not to do it, and they left him to grow up and without a dad. So he pretended to be like a villain just to get money and stuff, and try to get to Wakanda. And soon he got to Wakanda, got chained up, and soon they brung him inside this tower of where Black Panther is. And then when he got inside, he kept asking Black Panther to ask him who he is, and Black Panther didn't want to. So then his I guess his auntie said, "Who are you?" And then he said that he's a son of I don't know what he said. Yeah, I don't know really.
He's a birthright.
Yeah, and then I was like when I thought about that, I was like, so that's like his auntie, and like they were finna kill him, but then they thought about Black Panther thought about everything, and then one of the guys there, he was the when they were young, he was the Black Panther's dad's brother's friend.
Okay. Do you think it was fair that Eric Killmonger was treated differently than the rest of the Wakandan people?
To me, I really don't think that's fair, because it wasn't his fault that he was treated like that. Well, if they would have brung him to Wakanda, he probably would have been like way better. But then they just had to leave him with his dad dead in the hotel, and yeah. But I think he was both bad and good at the same time.
My brother, critical analysis, high-level thinker, media specialist. What is your thought about this complex character named Eric Killmonger? Most have framed him as in a villain, as a bad person. As you looked at the movie, and you look at his picture right now as we're sitting here in the Youth Journalists headquarters here in South Minneapolis, what were your thoughts about this character, and how did you feel, and why?
I feel like he's a bad guy with good intentions. Like, the whole story, what he wanted was, if this is an all-black country, nothing but black people, why wouldn't you help black people all over? Because when he was growing up, he was at that time when there was Martin Luther King had got assassinated, and all the black people were just getting treated like crap. And then when he knew and found out that this existed, he was like, well, why aren't you guys helping them? And that's what his dad's intentions were like. That's why he had questioned. He was like, why aren't we helping people just like us all across the world? And like, he was bad. I mean, he robbed the place, but to get the artifact, he killed Killmonger. I mean, not Killmonger. He killed Claw. He killed his girlfriend that cared about him, or his associate. But after that point, everything he did, he was entitled to, because he went to Wakanda. He had bought Claw to the guy that he knew that he hated Claw. He hated Claw because his family, Claw had this up to his family and take vibranium from him, and he had brought Claw to him the guy that he wanted dead, that when he went to Black Panther and before he went to Korea and was like, yo, can you please kill Call or bring him back to me? Black Panther failed to do that, and he brought the body right to him, and he knew, because Claw was there when Black Panther had went there, so that was kind of like foreshadowing a little bit. So that was like, then that made him more on Killmonger's side, even though he was a good guy and had good intentions. Then he had rightfully fought for the throne like they normally do, like it was at the beginning of the movie. There's no anything bad he did. That was all fair game, but the part where he came to kill Black Panther, that's not more so something bad. I mean, it's bad. You try to kill somebody, but the rules are, you either yield or you're sentenced to death. And Black Panther knew that if he yielded, that would be kind of like shame, so he just chose to die because he had too much pride for him and his people. So, and I mean, he was bad because he was taking all the military for Wakanda and was going to attack America and do all that and show dominance that they have and be the rulers of the world, because of his mindset is, well, black people have been treated like crap this whole time, even though we've secretly had a powerhouse behind us, and so he was taking that for his advantage to take over, and that was something bad. But he knew he had a lot of insight on black culture and what they've been going through.
Excellent input. Now I'm going to the young brother from Burroughs School, and I believe he is how old again?
I'm 9 years old.
Okay, and the previous, my brother, the media specialist, how old are you again, brother?
13.
And Mr. Captain Montrell, how old are you one more time?
13.
And you, my brother, how old are you?
11.
You guys are outstanding, and Jamal and Armando, outstanding just for observing this excellent conversation. To my young brother, let me ask you a question. Do you think it was fair in the middle of the movie we could see a different kind of treatment? The people from Wakanda treated it appeared that they treated a character like Eric Killmonger differently because he was not from Wakanda. That's what they thought. But when you saw him and the way he was treated in the movie, did you agree or disagree with that? Do you understand the question?
The question was long.
Okay, the question was long. Okay. Do you think it was fair that people in Wakanda treated other black people differently?
No. Oh, that's not fair because they treated him bad because he was not from Wakanda.
If you were in Wakanda at that time, let's just say if Wakanda was a real place, how would you treat other black people like Eric Killmonger that lived everywhere else except Wakanda?
I'll treat him bad because he's a bad criminal.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That's an honest answer, brother. Let me give you a 5 on that because that was an honest answer. That was your answer on that. Do we have any last closing statements before we end the second part? Mr. Montrell, captain of the Youth Journalism Club here at Richard Green Central. Go ahead, brother.
I just thought about it, but I think he's bad a little bit because he killed Black Panther's dad, brother, friend. Yeah, he stabbed him with a sword, so he died, and then he threw Black Panther off a cliff. And so yeah, I just thought about that, so I just wanted to say that.
Okay. Armando, you have something you want to say? What is that, brother?
I seen like a little part of the trailer, when a girl got into an invisible car, and when Black Panther ripped the tire off of a car.
Okay. And did you think that was tight?
Yeah, because she was hanging on the side of the car.
Okay. And when do you think you're going to go see the movie? And are you going to see the movie online or in the theater? Because I heard it was online.
Probably in the theater with my dad.
Okay. We have one last closing part before we end our part 2 segment from the Media Scholar Specialist.
All right, before this is done, it was like at the beginning of the movie, the guy that was there, that was Black Panther's dad's right-hand man, he had told, when Black Panther found out about Killmonger, he had told him the truth. And from that point on, he felt like what he felt. Like he, even though he was born in Wakanda, knows the rules, knows everything else, he still felt for Killmonger because he knew where he was coming from and how that wasn't right, how they treated him. And everyone at the meeting, when Killmonger came, everybody was like, no, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't fight for the throne because the king had a choice. Black Panther was like, well, he has the right to fight for it because he's from Wakanda. He has the royal blood, and he has fair gain, and he knows what Killmonger's intentions are, and he knows how he feels. So he was like, okay. And Black Panther felt what Killmonger did, and I can't say anymore because I'd spoil the movie. And
Okay. Last question, and we're going to close it. Yes or no? Yes or no, and then we're going to close it out. Do you think you come from royal blood?
I don't know. I don't really know.
Honest answer. Do you think that you come from royal blood?
I don't know either.
And Brother Montrell, do you come from royal blood, brother?
Yes.
Excellent answer. Brother Armando, now when you kind of contemplate the question, because it's kind of a complex question, but it's straightforward. Do you come from royal blood, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Brother, Media Scholar Specialist, student, excellent student, and very critical thinker. This is a question for you, brother, and I'm very interested to hear your answer. Do you come from royal blood, yes or no?
I could, because like before, if I would have probably never been like, if the slave, you know, like we black people were brought here from Africa, you never know, any of us could have royal blood, but it was like cut off since we're not in Africa or wherever we came from, like Kenya, wherever we could have had royal blood, but it got cut off since we were not in wherever we came from, so you never really know.
Man, you guys are so smart. I just love this. My brother, the 9-year-old scholar from Burroughs, he was at the movie, sitting probably on the fourth seat by his brother. Question for you, my brother. Do you come from royal blood, yes or no?
Yes.
Excellent.
No, I mean no.
Wait, hold on. Okay, which one? You got to choose one, brother. Do you come from royal blood, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, you're sticking with yes, right?
Yes.
Okay, and did you change your mind?
Yeah, it was yes because my mom's.
Oh, no. Go ahead. Do you come from royal blood, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so we have some good answers. We're going to let the national and international listening audience soak that in. We're going to go ahead and take another pause for the cause, take another quick break if anybody wants some water or anything, real quick, and then we're going to end it out with our third part, and then we're going to, guess what? We're going to a new food sponsor, and I have one question. What is the new name of our food sponsor? Safari Restaurant. It is a Somali restaurant, an African restaurant right down the street, and it's a very good food. Trust me on that. So we'll be right back after these messages.
You are listening to the Project F.E.E.D Youth Journalist Club at Richard Green Central Park.